Cyclone Freddy made landfall in Mozambique this weekend for the second time. The first took place towards the end of last month, causing the death of 4 people. Schools were closed as heavy winds and rain lashed the country. To give us an update on the extent of the damage this weekend, I'm joined from Maputo by Alvaro Gramajo, who is the operations manager from the International Federation of the Red Cross. Thank you so much for your time, Alvaro. We do appreciate it. Maybe just speak to us about what the situation is like in Mozambique. Is it quite serious, or this time around not too bad?
Well, we are in contact with the branches through all the provinces that are at risk and affected by the Cyclone Freddy. So far, Zambesia, Freddy landfall to Zambesia, and communications are still being a challenge for us. So tomorrow we are deploying a team from the IFRC here from Maputo to the field to support the branches in their activities and to get a better understanding of the impact of Freddy so far, because all the organizations that are working in the response are facing the same challenge of having communications due to the problems with the energy that the province is facing so far.
So the first time the Cyclone Freddy made landfall, it seems to have been quite severe because 4 people sadly lost their lives. Are we expecting a similar situation with loss of life, or was it not as severe? I know you're saying that you're struggling to ascertain the severity of this, but is there any early indications of how serious this time around Cyclone Freddy is?
Well, we get some images of houses damaged, but we still don't have any official number about losses of life. So from the last time to this, the thing is that the branches and all the organizations are better prepared to face this kind of the situations. Our branches worked the days before, helping the communities in evacuation activities and disseminating early warning messages. So we are very sure that it's not the worst situation in that sense, because of the community receive the messages and they are used to, because they make the exercise 2 weeks ago to receive that kind of messages, and they are confident with us. So that is a good thing, but we still need to have official numbers to answer that question, because it will be too early to mention something like that. We hope that tomorrow we can get the communications back again with the branches and also other organizations, so will we have a very clear understanding and new information updated and realistic of what is going on.
Okay, are you able to tell us if, for example, schools and hospitals and other infrastructure have been damaged?
I don't have official information about that. We know that from the first Freddy landfall, some schools had some damage. So we can expect that from this new landfall, similar situations. We don't have official numbers from the government about the housing or school or hospital damage so far.
Okay, do you know if there are any people in desperate need of housing or any other kind of assistance?
I can tell that since yesterday, most of the province were having they held meetings with the government, where accommodation centers were activated, and there's where the people is sheltered in this kind of situations. We know that some provinces manage a number of 100 families sheltered, but so far we don't have the information, because we lost communication with Zambesia, the main hit province by Freddy. So I can tell that, but it's probably, and taking the experience from the first Freddy impact, that people go to the shelters before Freddy lands. So this it's better to have this kind of action, so people is sheltered in safety place before the landfall of the cyclone. So we are expecting a similar situation, because the people were receiving our messages and other organizations' messages to be in safe place, such as accommodation centers.
And just lastly, I'm sure that electricity supply has also been severely affected because of the storm. Maybe you can just elaborate on that, and also if it's over now for Cyclone Freddy, or are there any other warnings that it could make a third landfall? I'm not really sure how cyclones work, if there's a possibility of a third landfall.
Well, it's something that we are monitoring every time, not just from here, from Mozambique, also our organization from other places and the specialists in weather forecasting provide us of information. I can tell you, of course, will be a third Freddy landfall, but it's something that we need to be aware of because we have a first one, now we are facing the second landfall, so we need to be prepared in any case. We hope we don't have a third landfall of Freddy, but we need still to be prepared. And the way to be prepared is monitoring the situation frequently and having good information, checking information, and working closely to the governments to have the national institutions that are working on that to have like a very good flow of information in that sense. But something that can happen, we are still in rainy season in Mozambique, so we need to be prepared for all these scenarios.
Okay, thank you so much for your time and that update, and we do wish you all the best. We do hope that there is no severe damage with the second landfall from Cyclone Freddy. That was Alvaro Gramajo from the International Federation of the Red Cross in Maputo.